Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last...
Killing Saren's, what was Benezia anyway? Second in command? I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting, though. Poor kid.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander? Anything you need, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last...
Killing? I'm sure Dr. Tassoni's hurting, though. Poor kid. Having to kill her.
Any opinion on the Rachni?
Off the record? If we had the option, we weren't out here during the Rachni War. I'm not sure we have any business getting involved.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's
Well,
at.
they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
You ever thought about going back under the knife?
No thanks, Commander. One slip and you can't... The L2s spike higher anyway. My abilities would drop, and it'd be a cold day before I turn myself over.
Got a story there, Alenko?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump... After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts, instead of taking it slow.
Get your knuckles wrapped a few times?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
You're a hell of a biotic, though.
Well, I got to where I am because I took initiative. Good or bad. Anyway, I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Yes, Commander? Is there something you need?
How did you end up...
I enlisted right out of med school. I wanted to travel, but humanity needs the Alliance if we want to keep expanding.
Ever think you made the wrong choice?
Sometimes I think about opening a private practice back on Earth. But there's something special about working on soldiers. If I
should go.
Goodbye, Commander.
If you are here to talk about Benezia's death, you need not bother. She brought it upon herself.
Don't pretend it doesn't bother you.
She was. But she was not. I prefer to remember Benezia as she used to be. Before she was
the best of your mother lives on in you.
That is kind of you to say. Benezia chose her path, just as I have chosen mine. I am with you until the end.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your...
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a... I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed.
We don't have the luxury of time, and Asari
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. I looked into your history. I know what you did on Torfin. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
You didn't need to go behind my back.
I apologize, Commander. After our last... I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my...
I admit, your connection to the Protheans... You intrigue me, Shepard. But I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept... But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or... Was I wrong about that, too?
No. You are
I
right.
knew it. And I knew you felt it, too. We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
Saren wants both of us dead.
That is not the most romantic reason, is it? You make it all sound so dangerous.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking. This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You...
Take all the time you need, Liara.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I'd like to know more about the
We
assault.
were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming... My people believe we are all part of a single... Although we seek to understand other species, it seems few of them... Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any
I don't understand. Your species...
Mating is not quite the proper term. Not as... The true connection is mental. Our physiology... We explore the genetic memory of their species. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we...
What happens to your partner after
Every relationship is different. Some unions are... Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want
Benezia never told you her
Union
partners?
with our own kind is no longer common. Not for the purposes of reproduction. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been... I am what is sometimes called a pureblood. Though no Asari would ever be... It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
How could anyone abandon their own?
I cannot answer that. This is all... Benezia never... Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived.
You Asari live for 1,000 years.
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We do not focus on the inevitable, and even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Fill me in on the IES
You can't
stuff.
hide a ship out in space, so our stealth systems trap the energy we give off, and eventually the sinks have to be vented. More than a few hours silent running, and they overheat.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again.
I'm sleeping much better now. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Theron's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find
Yes,
something.
but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more
What's so
than that.
special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can... My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
That must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything in...
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. And all the Geth we run into now are under Theron's control. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Theron. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined... He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. He never allowed me to settle for any... But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't...
Sounds like a tough upbringing.
Like I said, it wasn't easy. People counted on him, and he... Come to think of it. I mean, I know he cares about me, but
Where
he
was
never...
your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. She passed on about 5 years. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work.
I want to talk about something
Like
else.
what?
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources... There are... Unfortunately, we have had to...
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births.
That's your government.
The Conclave is on matters that affect an individual ship, however, Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from...
So the ultimate...
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship, the 5 top-ranking military... To do so requires you... It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries...
I should go.
See you later.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system.
Why not stay and help?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. They followed Jared, one of the few. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up. To stop. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes...
I take it the warlord...
No, he didn't. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be.
Sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws.
Jared was your father?
We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors. I escaped with my life, but not... That is why I left. And that's why I'll never go.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Commander? You mean the Rachni, right? They were dangerous. They proved that too. I think it was a mistake to let them go. You know, you really should talk to T'Soni about it. Just saying, Commander. Sure.
Oh, before I go, we saw Kaden in a news vid about...
Let's pretend this never happened.
The damage is done, Williams.
Oh, shoot me now. One of my sisters. That's Sarah. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on Family Mail. Yeah, we've always been... With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk
Things
to you?
were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen L. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Sounds like that situation...
Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
You traveled all the way home to watch.
It was only a dozen light years, like a day's cruise. My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
That's unbelievable.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the parent. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was... But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your
Dad
father.
always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, "I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All time." For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known. Cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I didn't know you liked classical literature.
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his... Dad passed on a few years back. He's
You mean from wherever?
dead on, Skipper. He's... That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
You know that old saw, there's never an atheist in a foxhole? Well, I've been in a lot of foxholes.
Yeah. I've met a few people who were really weirded out by my faith. Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can... I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Dismissed.
Ma'am.
Chief.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you
Well,
seen
not
that
as
guy?
much as you, but yeah, I've seen
I
some.
bet you have. Anything you
I
can tell-
remember this Solarian. That case was a bit...
What happened? Why were you
I was
investigating?
tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak
You've
was
seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up, but this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, after a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development. But there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian liver.
You're kidding, right?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase the... It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticists?
I brought in some of his employees for While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
Good thinking. Lackeys are always easy.
Exactly. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found that was our big... People weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
So he was growing spare parts in
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the... properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess. But only on the inside, hidden, so nobody...
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him. He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway.
I ordered
right?
Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but they were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to make more organs.
No wonder you hated it there. Those idiots just let him...
Yes, they did. I went to Palin, and all they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it.
A few casualties is a small price to pay to...
Yeah, exactly. I mean, those hostages wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Saley?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to... He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke, I guess. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship.
I need to go. So
Oh.
long, Garrett.
Goodbye, Commander. I hope we find that bastard Saren.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Saley?
He changed... I got the transponder frequency for his
I'll
new
check
ship.
out the coordinates when I get
I was
the
hoping
chance.
you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go.
Looking for supplies?
Let's see what you
You
got.
bet, Commander.
Good timing, Commander. We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
Is it the ambassador?
It's not his signature. I think it's from the Council. I'll patch it through to the comm room.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can
We've
get.
received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one
We
arm.
currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. But the message was sent on a channel. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of... Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you...
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him.
What?
That's
My name is Hart. Dr. Hart.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy! Please, don't let him do this to me.
Put him out of his misery so we can get going.
Gladly. Your days of butchering are
No!
over.
Please! Please!
That was...
Good. Remember that feeling.
I will, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Message coming in.
I've received some troubling information. Someone is killing former Alliance scientists. There have been 4 deaths.
I'm happy to look into it, Admiral.
All 4 scientists worked on... There was a brutal massacre there years ago. An entire unit was classified as a natural hazard. But the project dates coincide with the attacks.
That can't be a coincidence.
There was one other scientist on the project, Dr. Wayne.
Perimeter secured.
Get down!
Incoming!
Shields down. Eat this!
You must die! Clear.
Stay back! I've got no grief with you. All I want
Please! Mr. Toombs, you're insane! You need
It's
help.
Corporal! Corporal Toombs! You don't get to lie! Not today!
Lower your weapon and step away from the doctor slowly.
You fire, and there's a good chance my gun goes off.
Toombs is clearly crazy!
You think I'm afraid to die? All that matters to me is killing the man who ruined my life!
Talk to me, Toombs!
It is. They had to die. Now the scientists are just like my unit. moving out.
Message coming in.
I reviewed your report. It's unfortunate both the doctor and Toombs. Thank you again for your assistance.
You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area. You need to turn back, Commander. You're going beyond the range of the operational area.
Hello again. With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
I killed them because they deserved it. Now I'm placing you under arrest.
Surely you don't think that necessary. Under my leadership, these crimes are hardly worth your time. If you press the issue, my assistants are very well equipped to deal with you.
I'm giving you one chance to live through this.
I cannot believe you place such a high priority. If I disband the gang, I walk away freely. I would die before going to prison. I would most certainly kill before going to prison.
I was offering life, not freedom. Come along peacefully.
A pity. No.
Perimeter clear.
much.